Stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The offense set for a first down play. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll start this drive with a pass. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Message sent. Not only did I just stick him, I'm going to give him a few words like, hey, listen, bud, you want to take off and scramble? I got plenty more where that came from. Great job by the defense, setting the tone with some physicality.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. Looking to scramble. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. to the lone running back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a crease to the left. At the 40, there he goes. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. And that one's incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires and picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Safeties are in the back, and they have so much ground to cover. You see them. They can go sideline to sideline. Great job reading the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, going making the big turnover.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's past the 30. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads it left. And that pass is intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Wide out in motion. Give to the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on second down. That's reeled in. It's Acker.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick. He can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. He leaves it with his back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver coming across in motion. A run for the quarterback. Trying to get closer, and they knock it free. Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Can the D deny them on second and goal?
Slide 22. Easy.
Tries again to get it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. This should be the last play of the quarter. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Penn State 7, Oregon 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
come out throwing on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
He's looking to throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. Just trucks through it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
This is a designed run. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Can the D deny them on second and goal? The corners are walked up. Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. The AT unit on the field. Splits those uprights right in half. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Mark. Didn't bust a few.
Glass half full, glass half empty, guys. Obviously great. They got a completion. You prefer that over incompletions or interceptions. The glass half empty. I mean, they made that third down a bit more manageable, but not by much.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback will audible. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Running with power. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Fires to the big fella. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Penn State! What a catch and run for 6.
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll start this drive firing. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They'll go with the 5 wide outset on 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll pull it down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, probably you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. Sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally and handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Going up top on first down. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
They'll take over. First and 10.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon. And the extra point is good. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes.
He's going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion.
29 Philly. 29 Philly.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, they'll take to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Fast motion from the offense. On third down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ducks.
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his third receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
They want to throw it. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and they now lead by 8. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Fair catch called for and made. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. It's Acker. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air on first down. Coming after it. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure and you get to hit the quarterback. But two, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Still looking. He'll let it go down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game.
And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long. Whether it's been because of pressure, the defense disguising their coverages, it just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to him. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
He's brought down at the 19-yard line. Brings up third down.
The Nittany Lions look to do some damage in the red zone. shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Got out of trouble, got rid. It's Barnes. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these third and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a first and goal.
He wants to throw it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. After the touchdown, if they can get this too, we'll have a tie ball game. He's looking to pass. He looks that one in nicely. He gets into the end zone, and the two-point conversion ties the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to get to it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw on third. It's complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to throw. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Now on the option. Now the toss. Bulldozes him. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back, because of course you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
Wide out in motion. He'll take it himself. Snowed under by the defense.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on designed plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, and weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
3rd and goal from way back there.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. They'll pull in the squib kick inside the 15. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A 1st down for the offense. going to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry up. Looking to pass on second down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Getting some heat. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. They want to get this defense on its heels. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll go with the 5 wide out set on 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Steps away to find some room. Unleashes one. Lost the defense. He's wide open. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Penn State 29, Oregon 22.
And the Ducks are marching down the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Oregon!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense when the 3's coming soon.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Middle Tennessee made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing in Murfreesboro. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. He's looking to throw. Going downfield for the big play. Brings it in down the left side. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's got his man. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Buys a little time. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Dances away from the heat. Finds space on the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Using his legs to buy some time. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
I like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They're going to throw it again. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He's looking downfield to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. All kinds of time before he fires right.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where's the matchup? that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, still looking. He's not afraid to go deep. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that is a back-breaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the fourth quarter. One more carry, and this guy could eclipse the 100-yard mark.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Got room at the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Here's the handoff. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The give to the tailback. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our